I should have put some flags or something. But fuck that, that'll take too long. Okay, go. Unga versus Honest. That's the title of this match, of this set. This is going to be first to 7 between your favorite Leo player from the Czech Republic, Tridat, versus the Swedish pretty boy fraud Martin. This matchup probably very significantly in Kai's favor. Due to a lot of things. Not only, as you can see, Kai has a lot of tools to keep Leo away, which is very important. Very strong anti-airs, very strong pokes. But also on defense, as you will see, Kai has a lot of tools. He has a DP, he has a very fast jab. Then he has a stun dipper, which is a 5-framer. And because of these tools, it is very difficult for Leo to do a standard pressure or mix-up. Especially when compared against other characters, because versus Kai, it essentially is a rock, paper, scissors for both players. And as I said, in neutral, Kai has such a big advantage. And when he knocks down, it's the same. Martin taking round 1. Let's see if Tridat can find his way in. That's 5H. No pressure afterwards, just goes into stance. There goes the first knockdown. Martin bursts immediately. Controls space with stun edge. Tridat tried to counter poke with his own fireball, but not in time. Tridat now under real pressure, tries to jump out, dives right into his charged stun edge. Oh, Tridat was not patient. Tridat used his first opportunity he had to immediately jump in. But now both players on a lot of meter. And there goes reversal stun dipper. That's a very strong tool in this matchup. And first game going very convincingly to Martin. Very tasty 2H trades. I think it's actually a thing of both characters. I think both characters heavily profit from a 2H trade. Yo, Mr. Biscuits hosting me. Thank you, Mr. Biscuits. Alright, Martin getting the first hit. Gets a throw in the corner. Doesn't use the meter. Goes straight into dust. Tridat now heavily under pressure. Utilizes meter. Now doesn't even cancel into lightsaber. Just goes button, nothing lightsaber. Okay. And there it goes again, as I said, from Kai. It's so viable to just keep somehow contesting Leo when there is pressure. With the DP, with a button, with the stun dipper. Even with the lightsaber, to be honest. Because once he parries, it's a whole new different world. Alright, there's the charge stun edge. Tridat running under it with Berserker Slash. Ah, that was Tridat's moment. Tridat did a neutral jump right over Martin's button. I believe it was 5H, but he wasn't able to actually hit him out of it. And whiff punish. Oh, very nice run up 2H anti-air. That's a very strong start of round start for Martin. Tridat already 50% HP. Oh, very nice jab. Okay, Martin opts to burst right after third Rekka. Won't have any of the mix-up. And he just stun dippers through the first hit. Through the first hit. He just hits Berserker Slash, but he still gets on the other side. Does backturn P still make Kai's DP whiff? I have no clue. Backdash against meaty 6k. Dead angles, does knockdown. Jumping K. Whiffs to S to fake a frame trap, but it always works. Very nice stun edge usage from Martin. Jumps straight into backturn P. Very nice bait from Tridat. Tridat doesn't go into backturn Oki. And Tridat takes the round. Tridat showing that once he gets in, he's capable of turning the tides. But round start, Martin gets a knockdown. Trades with the dust and then... Oh, good punish of the DP. Martin bursting immediately, right as soon as he gets a burst. Neither of the players should get their burst back. Gets opened up by lightsaber. I wonder what the connection is between these two. If I can call him scummy or not. 6 edge. Goes straight into tick throw. What's the mixer? Go slow at 2S. No meter. Now he has 50%. Any stun dipper is very scary and has potential to kill. He even has a dead angle. Tridat going for the reset. Doesn't want to deal with any sort of wake up. Goes for an RC. What a bait of dead angle! And what a bait again! Tridat turning it around. 1-1. I believe it's 1-1, right? I did not forget to update the score for Martin, or did I? Did I forget or not? If I forgot, then please tell me. Tridat showing that the will of the Czech Republic right behind him is strong. It's 1-1, good. Okay, thank you. But Martin right now telling Tridat that that was just luck. Has him in the corner, opens up with lightsaber again. Tridat hasn't blocked a single lightsaber so far in this set. Gets open up with 5k. 5k is standing low, which is very annoying. But mostly because as a low button it easily deals with jump outs. Good confirm by Martin. Goes for meaty 6H. He's wearing Swedish color. That's true. It's true. There should be some white, blue, red flag. Like color for Leo. I don't see any red. I see blue and white, but no red. Good super jump over the fireball. Tridat very low on HP, but he gets the burst. But still, this game very convincingly in Martin's favor. But this is first to 7. There is no reason for Tridat to be sad just yet. He's only one game away from making it even. Gets the jump in over 6p. Goes for the standard with 2S 5-8 frame trap. And opens Martin up with a side dust. Martin already down on life. Tridat with a very significant life lead. Gets jump D. But he actually gets open up during his own mix-up. Leo's jump in K is a very strong button. Certainly a button nightmares are made of. Oh, what a bait of the DP. I think I was actually trying to bait 2H or 6P rather than DP. There's a ton for... that could have been it for Tridat. There goes the back throw option select straight into corner. Very smart from Martin to try to do back throw option select in that position, because he was able to corner Tridat right in that spot. This could be it for Tridat. Tridat getting his own momentum, tried to bait that, but he was able to burst in time. And there goes the full screen beam stun edge. This definitely hurt a lot because Tridat had it. Tridat had it after that 2H trade. This could be a big punish. Let's see what the Oki is. I unfortunately screwed up the safe jump. And he gets a 5k. Does not go for a knockdown, tries to go for a reset. Now Tridat decides not to go for any sort of mix-up, but rather just to try to throw in a fireball, do some chip damage, maybe some meter. Because he's not willing to risk that wake up to P-mash. You will be seeing that very often. You will be very often seeing Tridat not going for standard mix-ups, standard back turn low-high, simply because he'll be too scared at some points to do these mix-ups. But now he is smart in the corner and is very significant life lead. 50% as well. And decides to go for Weapon X. Weapon X, the smartest super. For those who do not know, Leo's Weapon X super is actually 0 frame after flash. So if you're not blocking before the flash, you're dead. And there it goes. Tridat evening it up. 2-2. Stream chat was very loudly rather than heavily, very loudly saying that this is going to be free for Martin. And it's 2-2. I feel like Tridat is becoming more comfortable with round starts. Because a very obvious thing which I've noticed in the first game, or the first few rounds, was that Martin very often had very significant life lead right from the start. And that is very important, especially if you're up against Zoner. When you're up against a Zoner, you should not provide them life lead right from the start, because then you're playing from an even heavier disadvantage in neutral. Oh, burst through a Sacred Edge. However, very low on HP. This could be very bad. This could be straight out of California. And it ends up being straight from California. So Tridat's very far from having a burst. See, this is it. This is round start 2H trade. And goes for a wake up flash kick again. It just works. Doesn't block the dust, unfortunately. So far in these games, Tridat's actually been opened up by dusts and lightsabers very easily. He continues to open up. He continues to reset. So far, Martin hasn't blocked a single of these resets. Oh, very nice parry. Decides to go straight for super to be burst safe. In this round, Tridat will gain burst. So both players will have burst this round. Let's see if they're able to use it. Tridat trying to play footsie with 5H. Gets a trade. Martin bursting immediately. Tridat on a light life lead. Oh, but Martin gets a confirm with the Stunnage YRC. Tridat using FD to push Martin out. Very good defense by Tridat. Martin not blocking. Tridat going for a low-high mix-up. Opens Martin up with a delay air dash. And there's the save jump K. Now Tridat actually has one game over Martin. 3-2. I have to say I'm quite satisfied with what I'm seeing. My boy Tridat, representing Czech Republic. Alright, gets the Helmbreaker knockdown. Martin doing a frame trap into close S. Tridat not baiting, not taking the bait. Oh, goes in Berserker Slash. Probably trying to bait a DP, since the stun dipper would have worked. Oh, gets opened up by a lightsaber. However, Martin hits OTG. This will hurt a lot. And going to ideal Oki for Martin. Tridat finally blocking the dust. Tridat's finally learning. Now let's see if he's going to be able to block lightsabers. Dead angles out. Say jump K, but this is not going to kill yet. Martin finally not taking the reset. And both players just meeting each other in the air with an instant air dash. Leo's jumping K wins. However, I believe that if Martin pressed jump K early, that probably would have won. See, Martin getting the knockdown. Resets pressure with charged Stunnage YRC. Has meter for another YRC if need be. Yep, uses it again just for his charged Stunnage YRC, and Tridat getting hit by it again. And gets opened up by a dust. Tridat currently getting opened up by everything. Martin trying to bait a burst. Tridat not taking it. Tridat knowing that he would be a Californian boy. However, he's from the Czech Republic. I'm the only Czech player who does Californian bursts. Either way, back to the match. Tridat was trying to bait a burst. He was probably believing that Martin would get the burst right after the first Defreka, so he did not continue. But that right now is going to bite him very hard. Is able to flash kick out. Continues, tries to keep the pressure going, but gets knocked down himself with a dead angle. Now Tridat's in the corner. This relentless pressure from Martin. Tridat's able to get out with a very well used 5H. Okay, keeps going after charge Stunnage. Martin DPs, screwing up Tridat's potential punish. Oh, very good OS back throw again. Martin has been very good so far with the option select back throws, which you can do against Leo in certain situations, because he usually does them when he's close to the corner, which is really good because that means that if he gets it, he's going to put Tridat right in the corner, which is perfect for him. Alright, 3-3. So far these games are incredibly close. Tridat knocked down in the corner again. Martin with a very significant life lead. But Tridat able to flash kick out. Flash kick dealing insane damage. Almost as much as the punish does mid-screen. Uses jump D for some sort of maneuver in a round. However, puts himself back in the corner. I like the idea with using jump D to move around, but it doesn't work very well when he himself is put in the corner. I think it's a thing that Tridat should try to focus more on to keep being more mid-screen. Moves in with jump D. Obviously, Kai has quite a lot of corner carry with either stun edge or 2D split seal. However, so far, Tridat usually suffers the most when he's put in a corner, and right now I feel like he's putting himself into the corner. Alright, good confirm from Martin. Confirms our stun dip RC. Let's see if Tridat can burst properly. No. He believed that Martin would try it or that everything is burst safe, which it probably was. So Martin now having the advantage, 4-3. 3 games away from victory. Nice base control from Martin. Tridat trying to flash kick as an anti-air. Not work. Does not work, has to burst out immediately. Very nice parry. Martin bursting out. Tridat not baiting it. Catches the jump out with the lightsaber. This hurts a lot. Tridat blocking the empty low mix-up. Moving around. Even though Martin was able to IB the first of Rekka, he did not back throw. That was probably not an even option, so I was just going in. Finally, a blocked lightsaber. Even though it was very late. Good parry. Gets a corner knockdown. Does not use meter for the YRC. And there it is, meter dust. That's another very strong thing about Stun Dipper for Kai. Not only is it a very good Abara option in a lot of situations, because for example, normally Leo can bait Abara with parry. However, what am I trying to say? I actually lost my thought. I was trying to explain too many things, but I wanted to say that it's a good tool simply because in a lot of situations Leo will want to bait something to backdash, and Stun Dipper will obviously deal with that. And Stun Dipper knocks down in the perfect range. Back to the game though. I shouldn't be sidetracked. Right now both players mid-screen. Tridat with frame trap into 2D. Was able to blow up a throw attempt, 5H. And he gets knocked down himself. Gets a raw Stun Dipper. Does not use the meter. Was probably too scared to bait the burst. Tridat bursting immediately. Let's see. He goes for a flash kick. Now this is a very bad spot. Tridat needs to focus on round start very much right now. If he's able to, if he was able to get life lead on round start, that round could be his. But right now he has the potential to start pressure. Was trying to bait a burst. Good punish from Martin. Keeps the pressure up, going with 6H, and in the end gets hit by a flash kick anyways. Tridat moving around the anti-airs very nicely. Tridat might actually be able to get a burst. Very close to having a burst, and lower HP means that he's close to having it. That is not burst safe. Good call by Tridat. Very nice FD, very nice flash kick. So many good decisions right now by Tridat. Tridat going in with the Berserker Slash. He tried to parry the burst, not able to. And gets opened up by a dust in the end. So far, Tridat is free to dusts. Hopefully he's going to be more focused on how to deal with them. Because that's been hurting him so far quite a bit. Alright, Tridat gets the first hit. That's a very significant life lead. Martin does not burst. Tridat tried to keep going in, but puts himself into the corner in the end. Tries to jump out, but actually gets hit by Charge Stun Edge. This is heavy damage. Try to dead angle, however, Charge Beam does not disappear on hit. Or on block. Good poking by Tridat with 5H. Martin getting an anti-air 2H trade, still a good situation for him. Both players have their burst, let's see if either of them uses it. Martin on that 1 pixel of life gets full screen stun dipper. Opens up with run up lightsaber. Tridat using the burst. Nice zoning right there from Martin. You could see in the movement where he used this aerial stun edge just to stop moving forward. And Martin in the end takes it. Oh, flash kicks, DPs right through 2D. Very nice. And uses jump D to move around. That was very scary because he could have been right back to the corner again. Does DP after 2D. Flash kick after 2D. Flash kick after 2D looks like a very ghetto tool, and it kinda is. But will be good with your punishes. 2D is, I believe, -7, which means it's -11 on AEB. Oh, why did you do back turn K? Tridat! Tridat! Co to bylo za hovno? No! No! Tridat! Oh, -4, I actually thought it was -7. My bad. My bad. Tridat, why would you back turn K? Why would you back turn K? But I'm here to commentate, not to judge. Martin even chasing Tridat, decides not to go for a zoning game. He decides to just chase him around. You're going to hop around too bad, I'm going to chase you. This is jump D and backdash to bait a flash kick. Tridat not taking the bait. Uses Wake Up DP. Wake Up DP, which is able to get him out of the corner. He was hit by the charge stun edge, but in that situation it was very difficult for Tridat to confirm. And that's it. 6-3 for Martin. So just 1 game away. Wake Up DP is very good. And it's not just DP versus Leo. It's similar with, for example, Zato. You are going to be punished by... You're going to be in a better situation afterwards. You're essentially using life as your resource. Okay, Tridat getting around start pressure. Martin with 50% of guard gauge. This will hurt a lot. Goes back to the corner. Tries to keep blocking. Uses FD to push Tridat out. Gets open up in the end. Does not burst. Unfortunately, after every far as 5H whiffed. Tried to IB throw. Did not work. And there goes Weapon X. Both players with their burst. Tridat very mad. Tridat unleashing his inner Tridat. Whatever that means. And gets put straight in the corner. Martin with the pressure. Opens in with 2D. He gets charged stunnage Oki. River, just do it. 5H, anti-air. Tridat, very good decision to block. Kai's jump D, the seal which he can put on, is very scary on counter hit. Very easy to convert off of, untackable until landing. Good decision to block by Tridat, not open up by air to air. However, he gets put back to the ground again. English is hard. And Martin is in the end able to take this round. Martin 1 round away from winning this first 7. Berserker Slash keeps the pressure in the corner, uses 6H. Martin with a significant God Gauge build is actually able to get out with a DP. Tridat now in the corner uses Dead Angle to get out. Look at that damage, the guard gauge. There's a significant advantage for Tridat. But he gets put back to the ground. He gets opened by a lightsaber. He's going to do another overhead. Ideally dust. Martin so far, when he has felt like he could lose, has just went straight for dusts and lightsabers. Which is respectable. Tridat is not blocking them. Area hit of stun edge, he's able to take out. Trying to enter at 5k. Not really the ideal button. Martin, nice movement, nice spacing by Martin with far S. This was the time to burst and it works for Tridat. However, Martin has all the meter in the world, every single resource that he needs. 50% and a burst. Was not able to finish up the combo, but last jump S takes it. Ladies and gentlemen, 7-3. Sweden beats the Czech Republic. Just to check the results, 7-3. Bra spelat! What was the score? 7-3. It was certainly very close. I feel like Tridat's biggest issue in the later games, like in the first games, I felt like Tridat's big issue was that he would often get... is that Martin would get a significant life lead right from the start, which would hurt him. Since, as I said, it's something that you should not let a zoner have. Like, you shouldn't let a zoner have life lead right from the start. Because then not only are you in disadvantage in neutral, you're even more in disadvantage because they can just keep playing that. However, I felt like that was actually better for him in the later games. But I felt like a lot of rounds ended up being in quite a big, what should I call it, slugfest. Like, both players just kept trading dead angle knockdowns or some sort of different knockdowns. And I liked how Tridat in the first games was content with sometimes not even going for Oki, just pushing him closer to the corner with charged stunnage. But later on I just felt like he kept trying to reset the pressure far too often. Obviously you need to take the risks, it's Leo, you just can't have everything safe, obviously. But I felt like that was a big thing which changed from the few games. And that certainly cost him quite a few games. Martin, obviously, very nice performance. Very slick, clean corner pressure. Liked it very much. I also liked how he contested Leo's Oki. Now, he wasn't really content with just sitting and blocking it, but rather always tried to somehow contest it. Utilizing the tools that he has at his disposal. And I also very much enjoyed how Martin sometimes stopped playing the zoning game. Like, when Tridat sometimes was just trying to move around, even like trying to jump back and stuff, instead of being content at being full screen, Martin would just start chasing Tridat. Like, no, you don't. Like, chase him with 2H, run in 2H. I really like that. Yeah, Tridat also, those Californian bursts certainly hurt him. See my EX Johnny. Combo movie coin.